Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So, like you've seen on the title, we're making hot milk vanilla cake with a variation. Okay, we'll be making the plain vanilla cake and also a variant. Oven is already preheating, and I have an oven thermometer in my oven. So, if you want to know how to use an oven thermometer to ensure that you bake accurately, you can check my YouTube channel for a video on how to use an oven thermometer. Alright, so this recipe is a very simple one and very easy to do. Okay, so even if you've never baked before, you can do this. I've also prepared my pan using the pan release. I'm not using a parchment paper today. So I've used the pan release for this. And I also have that video on my channel, how to use a pan release. It will save you a lot of cost and it makes your cake come out so fast and easily out of your pan. All right, that being said, let's get to work. Okay, so first off is to put your eggs in here, and then you add in your sugar and beat it until it's very fluffy. That's the very first stage. So I'm going to be using 8 eggs because I'm using the base recipe in 2 places. All right, so like I showed on my YouTube channel, in one of the videos, you don't break in all your eggs into a bowl at the same time. All right, so you break into a bowl separately and then pour it into the major mixing bowl. That helps you to save your eggs in case there is one bad egg. It doesn't spoil the whole of it. Okay, so if you have not been doing that before now, you can start doing that from now. Okay, so you don't have to spoil the whole of the eggs because of one bad egg. So let's go in with our eggs one at a time. So let me know where you're watching from, any part of the country, any part of the world that you're watching from. Kindly indicate and let me know if you've been enjoying my previous videos and if you've learned 1 or 2 things. And if you're a new person on this channel, I am definitely sure that you would want to subscribe because on this channel we don't gatekeep. Okay, I give you premium recipes. I don't hide anything from my subscribers because I want the best for you. Okay, as a matter of time, as a matter of fact, most of the time what I use to make my videos are client orders. So of course, you know I can't joke with my client order, right? So you get premium recipes on this channel, the exact recipes that I use. So if you have desire to start a business, this is the channel for you. Like, this is the channel for you. And if you know you don't just want to watch my videos, because on this channel I won't be able to give you um, comprehensive follow-up, right, that you get from courses. So if you're not satisfied with just watching my videos, you can also subscribe to my paid courses. I have paid courses, master classes. All right, so you can always do that. So let's beat our eggs. you beat the egg for some seconds and then you go in with your sugar gradually. Say within 45 seconds, you just go in with your sugar gradually. And once you're done with adding your sugar, you let it beat for 7 whole minutes at least. Okay, until it's triple in size um, and very fluffy. Okay, so let's do that. Just took out something. So we are 2 minutes down, 5 more minutes to go for this fourth stage. This stage is very, very important for hot milk vanilla cake. This gives you that fluffy, nice cake. Melts in the mouth cake, okay? So wait patiently as we go through this. Okay, and while that is beating, I'm going to go in with the baking powder into the flour and every other ingredient I want to put into the flour. I'm going to be adding lemon zest, okay? That is the back of the lemon. I'm going to be adding it to the flour, okay? To help to amplify the taste and also serve as preservative. Okay, so I'm going in with that into the flour and the baking powder. I'm going to drop the full recipe in the comment section once this video is done, okay? in with a dash of salt. Our margarine is salted already, but let's just add a little salt to help the taste, improve the taste. All right. So if you're using unsalted butter, you have to increase the quantity of salt that you put into your flour. Okay. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know if you are a baker, an upcoming baker, or just someone who loves baking, who loves baked goods. Okay, if you're just someone who loves cake and pastries, let me know. Hi, thank you for your comments. I appreciate you. What country are you watching from? Let me know. Hi, Destiny. IR1N175. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, 2 more minutes to go for whipping, and then we go in with our flour, the dry ingredients. Okay, so this is the 7 minutes mark. So you can see that the volume has tripled. Okay, and we're going in with the dry ingredients now, and then we also melt the margarine and milk. Okay. So this is the dry lemon zest. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this together so we can have the ingredients uniformly mixed. Okay. Okay, so next is to put on the mixer on low speed and add this gradually into this. Okay, just trust the process. All right, it is a different method of making vanilla cake and you will definitely love the result. Okay, so let's put this on low speed. Going with this. While that is going on, I'm going to melt this. This is a margarine. This will be melted with the milk, using the milk, okay? On the double boiling method, using the double boiling method. You can also do this in the microwave. Okay, so this is margarine, and then this is the milk. Alright, so I'm going to pour in this, pour the milk into the margarine, and then I'll melt this using the double boiling method until the margarine melts. Don't let it boil, okay? It's just to let it melt and good enough to use. You can use this without the mixer also, okay? So the first process you have to use a whisk, but you should be ready to work very hard. You have to whisk the whip, the egg and the sugar for a very long time. So the mixer just makes it faster to do. But if you don't have a mixer, you can still achieve a very fluffy cake. Okay? And then use a spatula for this stage of incorporating the flour into the egg and sugar mixture. Okay, so we have that incorporated. So don't let it mix for too long. Once it's well mixed, you can stop the mixer. So we have a thick, very thick batter here. Very thick batter. But like I said, trust the process. So the margarine and milk is on the heat so the margarine can melt, and then we can continue the process. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know if you're a baker or if you're just someone who loves cakes and pastries.
No battery. Please charge. Power off.
Okay, we're waiting for the margarine and the milk. Okay, so what has been your challenges in the baking field if you are a baker and if you're an aspiring baker, if you're one who loves baking, let me know what has been the challenge so far in starting up your baking business. Okay, well, a short story. Um, one baker whose passion started from childhood. Okay, had always loved baking, and well, funny enough, my baking passion started with the picture of a cake on the icing sugar pack. As a young child, I would always admire that. Then I'll ask myself when I will be able to achieve such stunning cakes. And then with time, I grew in the passion grew, and I also enrolled for courses, both online and on site courses. Until now, I am still learning. Okay, learning never ends. So, whatever field you are in, don't stop learning. Okay, it keeps you relevant. When you keep learning, you stay relevant in whatever field you are. Okay, so don't stop learning. And if you're an aspiring baker and you're discouraged, please don't be discouraged. Just keep your passion alive. Learn, okay, unlearn, relearn, and just keep improving on yourself. Get connected to bakers, get connected to people who are passionate also about baking. Surround yourself with those going the way you are going. Okay, so that's the way. All right. So I don't know if one person or two here are probably discouraged about one thing or the other. I'm just here to encourage you. Keep your hope alive, okay? Don't stay down. All right. Put yourself together. Dust um, everything that's not making you comfortable. Shake it off. All right. And put yourself together. All right. So tell yourself that you can make it and you will definitely. Right. Don't forget to put a smile on your face. Okay. There's an energy that joy gives. So don't stop being joyful. Okay, margarine and milk. Let's check it out. Yeah, it's almost done. So it's just to add the milk to the margarine and then put it on the heat to melt. And like I said, you can also use a microwave to do that. Right, so we're almost done with that. So we're gonna go on with the next stage of this. Okay, so it's melted. You can see the steam, right? The margarine and the milk. Okay, the margarine has melted. So we go in here with vegetable oil. Okay, Going with vegetable oil and flavor. I hope you can see this. So, vegetable oil. I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons because I'm doing a double recipe of the base recipe. So I'm using 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. We need just a little amount of vegetable oil, but that does a very significant work in this. It improves the fluffiness, okay? And then I go in with the flavor. I'm going to be using a mix of flavors and also adding some milk flavor, concentrated flavor. It really gives your cake a very good taste. But if you're using extracts, you would have to use more quantity. Okay, so this is concentrated, so I'm not going to be using so much because it gives a very good um, flavor. It's concentrated with flavor and then a mix of flavors. Okay, so at this stage, we're going to take part of this and add into this the hot milk, margarine, melted margarine, flavor, and oil mixture. Okay, we take some of this thick butter and add it in here and mix it up, and then we'll come back here. So you can do this in the comfort of your home, even without a mixer, and you can bake even without an oven. Yeah. So don't let anything stop you from starting that thing that you desire to start, okay? So I'm taking some of this and I'm putting it into this. I see it's very thick, but trust the process. Say about 1/3 of the quantity of the thick butter, just about 1/3 of it. I'm gonna mix this up. You have to be careful so it doesn't spill on you. You see? So at this stage, you don't have to be careful of how well you mix. You know, it's very light. So gluten will not develop in this, all right? So we don't have a fear of developing gluten in this. So you can mix it until it even foams up. So all we want to ensure is that it's well mixed, and then we return it back here, and that's it. You can see the volume it's giving, and this is just from 600 grams of flour. This is just from 230 grams of margarine. Okay, so the recipe is really good. It saves you cost, it gives you extra volume, and yet very fluffy and rich. So returning this here on a low speed. butter is looking very lush, very nice, very nice. And you can tell even the end of the cake from this butter. So just allow that mix a little more, not for too long, just until it's well mixed. And then we are good. We have our vanilla cake batter. So this can serve as a base butter, let's call it that, for more flavors, okay? So you can spice this up to make a lemon cake from it, okay? A vanilla based lemon cake, okay? You can make whatever other kind of strawberry cake. You put in your strawberry jam, and then add a dash of strawberry flavor. So you can spice this up, okay, even for a chocolate cake, but definitely not the decadent oil-based moist chocolate cake. For a vanilla-based chocolate cake, so this can serve as a base for so many other flavors of cake. Okay, for this particular one, I'm just gonna add in. I'm gonna make one more variant from it. I'm just gonna finish up the mixing. So. Okay, I also want to add this golden syrup, just a little quantity, okay, just to add some flavor and taste to this. Our butter is so lovely. Okay. This is the first. I'm going to do a plain vanilla with the first, and then gonna add some other ingredients to the second. So I'm weighing these out just to have one. Okay. So I think this is good. Let's go for 950 grams. Okay. Yeah, for the vanilla. And so for the rest of this, I'm just gonna add in some cocoa powder and red velvet color. Okay. I add some cocoa powder to this just to give it a chocolatey taste, and then some red velvet color, powder color. So if you have a chocolate flavor, you can add this, or you can just leave it that way. Okay, so from a vanilla base, we have this. Okay, so like I said, remember if you're making it a vanilla based lemon cake, you know the color to add, right? add the color of lemon and then a lemon flavor, and you can add some lemon juices to it. So depending on the variation that you want to make from your vanilla cake base. Okay, I think I'm good with this. So this goes into the second pan. 950. Okay, it seems to be more. Okay. So that being said, we have vanilla, vanilla, and vanilla based red velvet. Call it that, okay? But your actual red velvet cake has a different process. But this is just to spice up this vanilla base, okay? So you can have a vanilla based red velvet cake from this hot milk vanilla cake. And you can have various other recipes. All right, so thanks for staying thus far. All right, so this video will be available on my channel after this live streaming. Okay, so if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, if you know you love to have more of this kind of video, do well to subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Okay, so before I go off again, I'm going to bake this in the oven at 160 degrees centigrade, okay? 160 degrees centigrade for 45 minutes or until it's well baked. All right. Thank you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.